Hey y'all! Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. I'm Patrice, and I would love if you would look at the other content, and if you enjoy the other content, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. I also have another YouTube channel called Teach Craft Live, and on that site I pretty much vlog about life, about business, about teaching, about a lot of different things. I also have haul videos on that particular channel, so I would love if you would head over there also and check me out. For my returning subscribers, welcome back. So today I finally went through some of the bags that I had when I did the Michaels haul a few weeks ago, and I pulled out this sign and I sublimated on it. So it's a wooden sign and it's pretty thick, and it's not really made for sublimation. However, I sublimated onto it with Polycrylic. Alright, so I am going to show you all how I was able to get this ink to be transferred onto this board. I am planning on putting this up in my classroom, and I don't have any students who returned. I'm still doing all virtual, so I haven't really been, decorating my class. However, I am going to put up a few signs, especially those that I got from Michaels, and these are very sturdy and I will be able to use these for years to come. So I'm super excited about that. Alright y'all, so I'm about to show y'all how I did this. Let's get started. Alright guys, so this is what we will be sublimating onto. And first I am going to remove the piece in the back that allows us to hang. Okay, that's out, and we will be using the Polycrylic to coat the top of the wood, and that's what will make this sublimatable. Okay, and we will be able to sub directly onto the wood without using any laminate or the 655 Oracle. Now if you want a solid white background, then you would have to go that route, but we are just going to simply use the Polycrylic and then sub on top. So I'm going to coat this with 2 layers of the Polycrylic, and after it dries I'll coat with 1 coat and then let it dry, and then I'll coat again, and then as it coats that second time I will place it under the heat press for a few minutes. Alright guys, so I'm applying a nice thin coat to the wood. I am making sure to apply the Polycrylic in the same direction as the wood grain, and truthfully I prefer to be doing this with a sponge because some of the bristles from the brush was actually coming off and I had to kind of peel it off of the wood. So I let it dry for about 30 minutes, and then I started applying the second coat, again going in the same direction as the wood grain. After I am done applying this coat of Polycrylic, I am going to place this under the heat press for about 30 minutes and then take it from under the heat press and let it continue to dry for another 30 minutes for an hour total. And then I will get ready to press our image. Alright y'all, so I went ahead and printed out my design. It's a very simple design. If you want to know how I did this, I did another video about sublimating onto the wooden letters, and I show how I take the picture and I get this template. But for now I'm just going to cut around and get ready to apply this to our wooden sign. Alright, so instead of me kind of trying to fit it this way, I am going to turn it around and place it to make sure it lines up so I don't have to keep cutting. It looks like this is going to fit really good. Alright guys, so now we're under the heat press, and I did tape down the image from the bottom. I forgot to show that on camera, but it is taped down. I am using, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, and I really don't need this butcher paper on top because the ink does not bleed through that paper. However, I still like to use it just because it's a habit. But I'm going to press this. My heat press won't close, so I'm applying a little bit of pressure to the wood manually. Okay. Alright guys, I'm glad that I did. I can see some of the ink on the side from the wood, and I think the paper shifted when I put it on, but we are definitely going to see how this took. Alright guys, so I'm going to press this one more time because when I checked the item and I lifted the image or the sublimation paper off, it did not take really well to the wood, and I'm thinking that had something to do with maybe the timing and or the pressure. So I'm going to place this under the heat press for another 60 seconds at 400 degrees. So this is really about a 2-minute press at 400 degrees. Alright guys, so let's see how this took or didn't take. It was still a little bit stuck, but it is. Alright, so I'm going to get a little bit of water and apply water. Alright, so I can already see a little bit of alignment issues, but when you take it out, the paper will be stuck. And I had to manually apply pressure because my heat press could not close on top of the wood. This is a very, very thick piece of wood. So if you have an easy press too, you could manually just do it without using the heat press, but I did do it at 400 degrees. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of water onto the surface of the paper. I'm going to take my little sponge. As you apply the water, you will start to see where it kind of bubbles up a bit, and that's what you want to see. It would be easier if you just take a brush, but yeah, I didn't feel like getting a brush, and y'all, this is what I do when I'm alone. Make a mess. Right, so we wet it a bit, you see it starts to bubble, and now we are going to peel off the sublimation paper. And to get these little scraps, you just apply a little more water, and the water will take it off. just want to make sure you put water. This does not harm the wood. This does not harm the coloring at all. This is sublimating directly onto the wood with basing it with polycrylic. All right. And I'm going to lightly apply a little more water, but the paper is stuck. Again, this does nothing to your image. It does not do anything to the ink. You guys can see there were certain parts where the image was a little bit short, so up here I have like a little bit of the wood showing, but it's okay. I do not mind. So far this is what we have, and we are just going to, you can get a nice washcloth. I just peel it off, honestly, but if you got something to kind of rub it, you can rub it off. But the water comes off really, really easy. Alright, y'all, so that's it for today, and our sign came out really, really nice. I love it. I can't wait to sublimate onto the other wooden signs with using this method with the polycrylic, because it actually comes out really good. Remember, you're going to need a little bit of water just to get that paper off, because it will stick. I've used this several times and each time it does stick because of the coating, but the colors look really, really nice. And I did not put a laminate sheet. I did not use the 651 Oracle. I simply put the polycrylic polish on and let it dry for about 30-45 minutes, and then I applied the sublimation image on top. I'm pretty happy about that. Again, I used, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, and it worked beautifully. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it. Also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. In addition, we have our Facebook group, Craftable Things. We would love if you would join us there. We share different tips, techniques, and we just like to showcase our work. So if that sounds like someplace where you want to be, please be sure to join us there. Also, don't forget about my vlogging channel, Teach Craft Live. I would love to have y'all there too. So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.